Join us on a captivating journey as we explore the charm, history, and vibrant culture of Wilkes County. Discover the hidden gems, inspiring stories, and remarkable people that make Wilkes a place worth knowing and celebrating. Join us now and experience the unique essence of life in Wilkes.
Frank Poindexter, good to see you, friend.
Good to see you, Carl.
It's been what? How many years? It's been a while.
It's been a few years. My memory ain't as good as it used to be. But I have good memories of our show at the LeGrand Center in Shelby.
Oh, my gosh. Wasn't that a great show?
It was a great show.
Do you remember, I'm sure you do. I mean, that's where you released your Alien song, which we love that. But there was a little fella there by the name of Liam Purcell. Remember Liam?
I do. I do.
His instrument was almost
little
big
guy,
as he was.
Yeah.
You know, he's done real well for himself. He's grown up now, went to Berkeley School of Music, and living in Nashville now.
He's got a good future, and he's doing that too, I think.
Yeah. I always love that part of, the work that we've done when we travel and do shows. We meet just some of the most interesting people.
I think you've got the most fun job that a man could possibly have to go and see the new stuff that you see and the people. I mean, that would be a dream job for anybody. I would quit Deeper Shade of Blue if I had your job.
Well, I mean, you get to celebrate life in a real big kind of a way as well. I mean, that's how many people in the world want to be on the stage performing, and not just for the local hangouts, to be able to travel around the world. You've had some amazing experiences, Frank.
I am so blessed and fortunate to have had going to Austria and Germany and Switzerland and Japan. It's been a real thrill to do that, and it's a pleasure to know that I was able to be on stage with some of the musicians that I look up to, that allowed me to be part of what they do.
Right.
And so I've been well blessed. I thank God for the time I've spent with different people. Matter of fact, when I'll say, won't you come see me sometime? They actually do. We've had people from Germany come there. We've had people from Japan to come to the house.
Right.
They take you serious. You say, come and see us sometime.
But that's nice, though, isn't it?
It is. It's real nice.
I find that when we take time to let the walls down, and music does that, doesn't it? It just it levels everything out. It just makes it a little bit all of a sudden, all the differences, all this side and that side and the other side and the fighting and the fussing. Music kind of calms that down, doesn't it?
It does. That's why I coined that phrase. It's the music that brings us together, and the music we all love, the music and the friendship, blessing from God above. That's how I come up with the title of that CD I done with the Rice Brothers, because it means so much to be in the midst of people that love the music, and it's a good communication. I mean, if you love music, I'm going to love being around you and being with you.
Right.
So
it's a good thing. We know you're in Wilkes County right now, and our Life in the Carolinas show. Of course, we did stage work there, and now we're on Life in Wilkes, and this show celebrates the people of Wilkes County, all of its heritage, and so much of that is around music. You're here because of music. So you were here. I think we'd done our TV. I can't remember if we had done our stage shows together before or after you were here, because you were here. Tut Taylor, remember? It was a week when Tut Taylor was he was still alive, obviously, and you did a piece at the Record, remember, in the newspaper shop. You played the dobro with another fella,
Russ Hooper.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. That was for the same group, right?
Yeah, we were in an antique store
That's right.
I think.
Well, that's how it feels, but it's actually a newspaper.
Okay.
Yeah, Ken Welburn owns that, and it was he what does he say? He calls it a poor man's museum, but nothing's for sale. It's not a thing in there is for sale, but you would think it would be. But
It was a
not.
good environment to sit down and play music.
Oh, it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was perfect. But that was this group, the Resonator group. They were in session at that time, I think, right? That's why you were in town.
That's right. That's why I was in. I haven't made it to every one of them by no means, but I've been to maybe 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah. This year, 2024, though, the gathering is special. They're honoring you this year.
I was very honored to get that announcement and the request to be their honoree this year, and they making me feel like royalty. Oh, I mean.
Right.
I'm overwhelmed. I love it. But then I get to thinking, well, I've been playing this old biscuit board, or I call it a biscuit board sometimes. It makes it look like you're making bread when you play it.
Right.
But I've been doing it for over 60 years, so I guess when you get old enough, you can become an honoree.
That's right. But isn't this an extra sweet time of life, though? Because you've got those years, and you look back, and through the ups and downs, there's just been so many great moments. I know that without even asking you, because I've followed your life, and Vivian Hopkins keeps me updated with some of your things. She follows your life as well. And whenever we see each other, it's like we, just talked yesterday.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It really doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah. I like that. That's nice.
Why shouldn't it be that way for everybody? Why do we let things keep us apart?
That's a good point. We shouldn't.
Yeah.
We're to love one another and take care of each other and look after one another and have good conversation and share things together. Although you have differences, you just brush those aside and you go with the flow.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of those going with the flow moments, being in the entertainment business. And well, first, how's Deeper Shade of Blue doing? Because you guys were on stage with us before, and what a great performance.
The configuration we have now is the best configuration we've had. I've been with the group 15 years. Mm-hmm. Troy and myself are the two, not totally original, but for the past 15 years. And we have Marlon Williams II. He's a left-handed mandolin player and a great baritone singer.
A left-handed mandolin player.
He is. And we tell people on stage that, no, he learned to play in a mirror, folks, so what you're seeing. And then Chad Day, we have a good time about him being short, and he takes it good. We say you can just look over Chad, because we don't have any problem looking over. He's a great banjo player,
really.
But
nice.
We just finished recording up in West Easter Studio in Cana, Virginia. Mm-hmm. We just finished a new project, and we used a producer this time, and that producer, he worked us hard. His name was Doyle Lawson.
Oh.
Doyle Lawson, we got him to produce this project.
Wow.
We got 8 original tunes on it and 2 covers. And the first one is being released as a Ronnie Millsap song called My Heart. Mm. And that'll be released on XM next week. And it's already been released to AM and FM stations now. But it's the best project that we've done. So
other than just the hard work and the long hours, working with Doyle Lawson, you're working with a legend there, right? My goodness.
The stories that he has been there and done that in bluegrass. He's had some of the best bands out there that you could ever hear in bluegrass music. And we were proud to get him to do that, to come in the studio.
Did it take much arm pulling for that, or was he immediately saying yes?
Well, his wife has got some health issues. Right. We had to work around doctor's appointments and things like that. But he had a good time doing it.
Good.
He had a hard time with some of us getting us to do what he wanted us to do. But he eventually got us to do what he wanted.
And you're glad for that.
Oh, I'm happy about it. Very happy for it. Yeah, it was like when we got through recording, Troy said, "Well, it was pressure working with you."
I can see Troy saying that. I like Troy. I'm sure he still has his edge, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he's a nut.
Yeah. Speaking of that, what was that song you shared on stage? It's an alien song, right? Not the kind of aliens people think about now. We're talking outer space aliens, right?
Cool Cats and Hot Bluegrass.
I need to know, because I don't even know if we talked about this. The origins of that song. What? Making a song about aliens in the world of bluegrass or even soul. I don't know where you're supposed to put those songs, but you put it squarely in the middle of a bluegrass routine. So how did that happen?
I could imagine an alien dancing the way that you would see the guy on the Beverly Hillbillies. What's his name?
You Jethro, or you mean Jed Clampett?
The way Jed Clampett danced.
Right.
I could picture that in my mind, an alien dancing like that. I said, I gotta have a song about these aliens dancing that way and just finding out about us, seeing us, and landing that spaceship. It was an imagination.
Where was you at when you had that idea? Were you traveling?
I carried that idea with me. I was on the road at that time making sales calls for the company I worked for. And I had a lot of free time in between sales calls.
Did you have a lot of traveling on long roads?
Oh, yeah, long roads.
Long roads.
Yeah. It might be 2 hours apart between the time I would make my next call.
So you would be on a lot of long stretches with you could see the skies everywhere you look.
And my memory and just thinking about that scenario about the aliens, it led to that.
Did you ever have some moments of where you kind of lost time and you couldn't remember what exactly had happened over the past 100 miles?
Many times. Many, many, many times.
We may be getting to the heart of this, Frank.
It started out on a Friday evening.
Right.
Going to the store with my pickup truck and loading down with long neck bottles, and opening up a bottle of Scuppernong wine.
Right. Oh, that was part of it. Yeah. Do you ever have any marks on your arm or anything?
If I do, it'd come from my wife scratching me when I'm dreaming about doing this.
Right. Well, obviously we're having fun with it, but it just isn't the common thing for a bluegrass song. But my gosh, people sure were entertained by it.
That song is on YouTube. And it's released on Mountain Fever Records, and you can download it. You can find it on there. I wish more people would get it. I wanted some animation videos made of that. Right. And playing the soundtrack and watching, but I couldn't get anybody to do the animation.
To jump on board with that.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Cool Cats are maybe it's their time.
Maybe I was ahead of my time.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe did you see the Senate hearings last year? And they were talking about the organizations in our government that are kind of over these locations. That years it had been rumored that they were collecting evidence and proof of aliens.
I've been reading about that and hearing about that. Yeah. Out west, out there in New Mexico, different places.
So maybe this was more than just your imagination.
I could know the inside scope on it.
And tell me again where these new band members came from. Did you say there was a little short guy?
Yeah, the little short guy. He landed, over here,
and the guy with a really big head, right? right?
Yeah. And that left-handed mandolin player, he didn't know you were supposed to play it with your right hand.
Oh, my goodness, my goodness. So here you are in Wilkes County with all these dobro players. And
I never saw so many dobros in my life.
Right.
I told my wife, I said, I think I saw a dobro walking down the hall, and I saw one get out of the elevator.
That was one of your alien friends. What if aliens are actually dobros from other worlds?
I'd like to see an alien playing a dobro and seeing what kind of sound they would produce.
Sounds like you've got one in your band. Wow, what fun. Does anybody do this other than musicians? Because as you sit around, as you travel, you meet all sorts of people. So if you sit and talking to it, well, doctors can get a little out there too, so that would make sense. But just to kind of, just look, we've been talking, 15 minutes, and have you noticed how light you feel now? It's just you laugh and have a good time.
Very much so.
Yeah.
You ought to hear some of the conversations on that bus with this 5-piece band. We wouldn't be able to get it. We wouldn't let you release it out of the bus.
Well, I'm sure it's just common talk.
It is. We have a very everybody looks after one another in our band. Mm-hmm. We got a refrigerator on there. We got a bathroom. We got our bunks. Right. And we're happy. We just got back from Canada a couple of weeks ago. And that's a long trip.
Did the Canadians like you?
Canadians love it. They had a bluegrass festival up there.
Okay.
And so we played 2 days at the festival.
Mm-hmm. Where were you at?
We came back, and I can't think of the name of the town now.
Yeah. That happens when you cross the border. They don't want you to take out the secrets.
Yeah, and my memory is horrible.
Yeah.
And I don't do any driving on the bus. Mm-hmm. So when I'm laying in my bunk and it's 3:00 in the morning, I can get on my phone and tap Siri and say, "Where am I?"
Right.
It'll show me I'm in Erie, Pennsylvania on Highway 48. I'll just turn it off and go back to sleep.
Yeah. How long have you been on the road with your music?
Well, with this band, 15 years. Right. We started out, we were playing primarily churches in Union County and surrounding counties.
Outside Charlotte.
We got on to a couple of bluegrass festivals, and when word got, we'd done a CD project. We've grown as a band, and we've grown to the point now to where we share the stage with the most national bands out there. Mm-hmm. Rhonda Vincent, Dan Tominski, all of these.
Are you surprised?
Ricky Skaggs will play the same. So there's no higher stages that we could go to now, and that's a real pleasure to say that too, because we've grown as a band.
Well, you paid the price, right?
We've paid the price, yeah. And we've traveled in a little van before,
right?
And we've got leg cramps before.
It's better to not do that, right?
Yeah. It's like Doyle Lawson said one time when he was traveling so long and so hard in this little station wagon, he would beg, he would pray that somebody would have a flat tire so they could stop and get out.
Oh, my goodness.
But the bus is so much pleasure, so much a pleasure being on the bus. And, we don't get leg cramps now. We do well with that. No matter of fact, the bus was owned by Little Roy Lewis. You've heard of Little Roy Lewis. Oh,
sure. Oh, my goodness.
So he stepped up to a bigger and better bus, and we got his. But it's a good bus.
Yeah, it works out for you guys. That's fantastic. People treating you good in Wilkes County?
People treating me like royalty today, being the honoree for this Resonator Gathering.
Yeah.
And they're going to take me and Pam out to dinner after a little while, I think.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, and I've got an award coming tonight for the show. I don't know what that'll be. It'll be a plaque or something. I've got to get up and perform one song with them. And
well, that's going to be good. That'll be at 7 o'clock, won't it?
I think so.
Yeah, we're going to be there. We'll see you. We'll see you get up and sing and dance. That'll be good.
Yeah. It's a privilege and an honor to be recognized. Everybody's congratulating me, and I've never been an honoree before. But
really,
I'm
all these years,
I'm getting a little bit of experience being an honoree.
Yeah. You're not surprised, are you, or are you?
Well, looking at the past honorees they've had, I'm at that age now, and I've been doing it so long. I'm not saying I deserve it. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound that way, but I've reached that point to where I guess it's 75 years old, and I'm still got energy and I'm still playing. I guess they better get me while they can.
That's a very interesting thing you say. I interview a lot of people, 75 to 90, and I got to tell you, that's where all the secrets are. People that have done things. I interview a lot of people younger as well, but I always enjoy my time talking with people who have walked the paths, who have done the work, who have overcome the obstacles and the hurdles, because we have so many things in life that we have to deal with. If we can't look at someone's life and to have proof that, okay, we can get through this, it could be a daunting task, right?
It could be.
Did you ever think, when you were younger and having your ups and downs, you may never had a down, I don't know, but most humans have had some sorts of ups and downs, right?
Sure. There's been ups and downs over the years.
What was it? Yeah. What was it that gave you hope and inspiration to keep on going?
I have a saying, if God leads you to it, he will lead you through it. And I just do what I do. I don't try to force anything. I'm letting God lead the way through my life. He gives me the talent to do what I do. Without that, I don't know what I would be doing. But it's the music that brings us together, the music we all love. So it's the music. I think it's something God puts in my soul that I need to do,
right? And
I need to share it with other people.
And in doing that, does that give you joy?
It gives me a lot of joy.
Right.
Yeah, it gives me a lot of joy doing that. It's a privilege and a pleasure, especially the instrument that I play. It's an obscure instrument.
Right.
There's not many people that know what a dobro is. If you say,
that's right.
What do you play, Frank? I play a dobro. You play a what?
It's one of those sounds that once you know it, and if you're producing something, you're like, I need a dobro because I need that. It's a combination of anywhere from a haunting sound to the waves of Hawaii.
Right.
It helps build drama and
your
excitement.
Interpretation saying it's a haunting sound, and it's good for blues, and it's good for haunting sounds, and it's good for wide open bluegrass too,
and celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, it's an instrument that can be used in any form of music. And a guy named Jerry Douglas is one that proves that. He's our big hero. He's my big hero.
Right.
And he's performed worldwide. He's over in Europe right now doing shows, and he has his own band. He records for other people. He set the new standards for dobro players. And it's people like him that keep there's young players that watch and they hear him and they want to play like him,
I saw a young guy at the Reeves Theater in Elkin doing the still. And, the still, and it's got that same, they're the most similar in creating sounds. If you compare a couple of instruments.
You're talking about the pedal steel.
That's right.
Okay.
The pedal steel, and he played both. And the songs were remarkably more dynamic, with that sound there. Without it, they were good songs, but oh my gosh, when he stepped in, you knew that it was a feeling, right? So the dobro does the same thing, doesn't it?
The dobro does the same thing. You can play slow, pretty, sad songs. You can play good gospel songs. You can play the blues, and you can get real nasty with it if you want to.
Right.
So it's a versatile instrument.
Yeah, that's a pretty good thing. Well, we've talked it up so much. Maybe we need to play a little.
Well, if you insist.
Okay, all right.
Play a tune on it.
I think that might be a good idea in celebrating your visit to Wilkes County, being honored and recognized as a fantastic dobro player.
Not only being honored with the Resonator Gathering, but by being on a show with Carl White.
Oh, wow.
So what a treat, a pleasure to be here and share some time with you. And
well, we're just friends catching up and gossiping a little bit.
I do envy what you do.
I've got a friend recently he was telling some stories, and he was talking about fellows who get together in the afternoon and have coffee, and he said, let me make it really clear that men cast a great shadow over women when it comes to gossip in the afternoon.
Yeah, I bet they were having more than coffee, too.
Yeah, well, who knows? Who knows? Let's pull that glass over here so we can see your your fingers without them going through the river.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do for us, Frank?
Let's see, what would be a good song? We talked about blues. We talked about, there's a banjo tune. I almost forgot the name of this tune. I don't know what's making me think of it now, but I'm going to play it and see if the name will come to me later.
Okay, there you go.
Farewell Blues is the name of that tune.
I was getting close. I was like, that's fair. Yeah, there you go.
Farewell Blues is the name. That's a song I learned from Earl Scruggs, actually. He's the guy that done that tune and played it on the banjo. Of course, the dobro player had a good break on it, too, and I liked it, and I don't know what made me think of that one. I could have played 100 or 1,000 songs.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I tell you what, we did a lot of talking about this extraterrestrial experience in your life, and something that was either celebratory or traumatic, but it's helped you process it. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, process.
I'm a believer of talking through our situations, and you're singing through yours. So have you got those lyrics handy? Do you remember the words to your extraterrestrial song?
Well, on a Friday evening when I got off work, I headed for the supermarket in my truck. Long neck bottles packed on ice. The bluegrass boys are coming over tonight. Look at them cool cats playing hot bluegrass. Now Big Joe rosined up his bow. I got brand new strings on the old dobro. Bill on the banjo, Jake mandolin. On the doghouse bass is Big Brother Ben. Look at them cool cats playing hot bluegrass. Now Big Joe rosined up his bow. I got brand new strings on the old dobro. Bill on the banjo, Jake mandolin. On the doghouse bass is Big Brother Ben. Look at them cool cats playing hot bluegrass. Well, all of a sudden came a big bright light. We all looked up and oh, what a sight. It was a flying saucer. It was silver and round. We landed softly and easy on the ground. Well, a door slid up and two stamped out. They put the hand together and it did a bow. They said, "We come in peace." We heard a cool noise. We dig that sound from the bluegrass boys. Look at them cool cats playing hot bluegrass. We hope you don't mind if we stay a while. They held a little phone, they began to dial. They told somebody about a joyful noise. We dig that sound from the bluegrass boys. Look at them cool cats playing hot bluegrass. And there they go.
Oh, good job, Frank.
Oh, boy.
What a fun thing. How much fun have you had with that? I mean, it's got to just be stacking up there.
Well, I'm still kind of, that's the first time I've done that in probably a couple of years. But
Really?
once in a while, a subject could come up on the bus about it, and I'll sing a few lines of it.
Right.
But I'd still like to get it to be more popular than what it is.
Well, we'll see if we can get the folks in Wilkes County to start singing it. That's
and help me get some graphics going. I want to see a cartoon.
A cartoon.
I want to see the alien dancing like Jed Clampett.
Right.
And I want to see them get out and put their hands together
Right.
and dance into that beat.
Right. I just can't get out of my mind, though, that this is actually an experience that you had.
Well, maybe I did.
You're just wanting to recreate. You're wanting to do a documentary.
Well, I just don't think people would believe me.
Yeah, I don't know. Everything's believable nowadays. So oh, Frank, it's been so great catching up with you.
Great.
Oh, it's been great. So it's we're going to have to do this again. Don't wait so long this time.
I can't wait for your next show and learn what you're doing, and you're doing some exciting things, and you're keeping it going.
We're just talking to folks. That's and that's a good thing. So
well, you do a good job with it, Carl. I admire what you do.
Well, thank you, Frank. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on your recognition from your fellow Resonators.
Resonator guitar.
Resonator guitar dobro people. So
Thank you, Carl.
Good thing. Thank you, Frank.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for spending time with us on Life in Wilkes. We value you as a viewer and appreciate when you share the show with your friends and family. Be sure to bookmark our channel and join us again on the next episode of Life in Wilkes.